Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video I'll be doing my sinking funds update, so if you want to see how I do this, please stay tuned. So I'm going to open my lovely budget planner here, and I'm just going to quickly flip to the back where I keep my sinking funds printable. I'm going to get this out and we're going to have it nice and set up, ready to go. Alright, so I'm all set up and we'll be going through the categories which we are currently funding. Now my categories are as follows. They go in accordance to the priorities. All right, so I've got my road tax, which is due in December. That's already fully funded, but I'm going to keep putting money into it just so I could get sort of like a little year ahead, if that makes sense. And then we have our car maintenance, we've got our Costco membership, self-care, Christmas, and home insurance. So that's 6 sinking funds that I'm currently funding, because these are all priorities, these are all upcoming, and these are all affordable to go in accordance with my low budget. I am actually going to update my sinking funds sheet because I find that I need to put like a little total box at the end of the page, because as you can see I don't have that much room left. So I would probably put like a little total box here just to sort of say where we're at. But I don't necessarily need to put a total box, but I think just for peace of mind I want to, because I do know what the amounts are if I just go into my Hyperjar app and check my jars that way. But you know, we'll see how it all turns out in the foreseeable future. So for our road tax, we did put £7 in on the 28th of the 10th. So I write the date above in the little box. I write it as small as I can. So I put the 28th of the 10th there, and then I put the £7. So our road tax goal was 40. Okay, and our target date was 6 months. Our monthly savings was £7 a month. And we started around July the 3rd of the 7th, as you can see there. I think we're about £5 short, but let's just calculate it. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's 35, but let's see. So 5 7s, yeah. That's 35 we've got, and our goal was to get to 40. My road tax is usually £30 a year, but like I said, with everything going on, I want to have a bit extra in, so I'll keep funding it, you know, and by this time next year it'll be funded, and I'll just keep doing it, so by the following year it'll be funded. Does that make sense? I think because it's such a small amount, I just want to keep funding it. It just makes me feel like I'm doing something purposeful. All right, so we've got £35 currently in that bit. Now, our Christmas fund, we have a goal of 150. We did that over 3 months because I started late, which was in September. So I said I'm going to be putting £50 a month in, and that's what I've been sticking to. So I made my first deposit of £50 on the 24th of September, and my second deposit was on the 28th of October. And that's £50. So we are already at £100. So we've just got £50 to go, which is super amazing. I've said to you guys, I've not really been able to sort of stick to my sinking funds. You guys know that I've spoken about this time and time, years and years ago. You know, I've been like, you know, sinking funds, start your sinking funds, guys. But I've never been consistent with it, and I've ended up using my credit card to sort of pay for expenses that I should have had sinking funds for, and I ended up in a whole lot of debt due to that. So I'm trying to do things different from here on going forward. I'm not perfect. Mistakes are meant to be made so you could learn from them. So I document my journey just to show you guys, you know, how it goes for me on a low income. If you can hear a noise in the background, that's my washing machine. Let me go and close the door and see if that helps. All right, I'm back. I hope that's a bit better. So I've got my Costco membership, which I've calculated at £30 the goal, okay, over 4 months at £7.50. And I think when my sister sent me how much we've both got to pay, it's actually under the amount. Just give me a second. I've just checked and I've got to pay $10.27 because that's how much the membership is, because of how everything works out with the type of card that we do have. So we do get rewards back, and we take those rewards and put it towards the membership cost, and then we just pay the difference. So I'll be paying £10.27, but I've got just over that amount, and it's okay. I will also keep sort of funding this a bit so that I'm well prepared for the upcoming year. Anywho, I started this in September, all right, and I put £7.50 in, and then I made another deposit on the 28th of October. So 28th of the 10th, I made another payment of £7.50. So 7 and 7 is 14, and 50 and 50, that gives us 15. So that's £15 we've got in total, and I only need to pay £10.27. But I'm going to try to sort of finish up this box at least, you know, so that I'm well prepared for next year, or I'm a little bit ahead for it. And the great thing with having Hyperjar and using it as my digital cash envelope system, where you've got like a jar system or a jam jar system going on, you've got different pots for those of you who are not based in the UK. So there's different pots or different like accounts within that account that I use as cash envelopes. So I keep a lot of my money in those, and also for any sort of bigger funds, I will keep them maybe in an account that I could gain a bit of interest over the period of a year, if that's possible. So we're looking good so far. Now the car maintenance, I have put a goal for £300. I did explain to you guys that I won't be taking the car to the main dealership next year because it's quite expensive, and I did spend over £1,000 getting car repairs done through the main dealership, and it's quite steep, and that went on my credit card as well, and I've just been in a bit of a pickle from since then, but we're getting it all sorted, you know, slow and steady wins the race. So I've done the car maintenance over 5 months, but we are in the 11th month now, and I set up these sinking funds pretty late, but I'm trying to get this £300 by January, because that's when my MOT is due, the end of January. So I need to get this £300 saved by mid or the end of January. We estimated our monthly savings would be 60. If we take the 300 and divide it into 5, we get £60. But what I've done, I have made a deposit on the 28th of the 11th. Because if you've watched my November budget, you know I had some money left over, and I put that towards the car maintenance. So that is $66.54. Okay, sort of a bit squishy there. And then on the 2nd, actually this should be the 28th of October. Did I say November? Why am I rushing the year? This payment was made on the 28th of October, the $66.54, and then I made another payment, and this was sort of an error payment because I don't know what happened, but it's okay. On the 2nd of November, I then deposited another $66.98 into the car maintenance pot. So that brings us to 133.52. So 133.52 from 300. So we've got about £167 left to sort of fund that. So I'm going to try my best to get this done. And like I said, doing it this way works for me. It makes sense for me and it helps me to keep going. Okay, they're small amounts, but it works for me and my low income budget, and it's just doable. The money comes out straight away. As soon as I get my pay, I take out my sinking funds money. I include it in my budget. It's the first thing that comes out. When I do my budget, I take out my savings and my sinking funds first, and then the rest of the money I distribute towards my expenses, then my debts. That's how I do it. That's how it's going to be. That's what works for me, and I love it. Car insurance, we're not funding that as yet. Birthdays, we're not funding that as yet. Self-care, we are trying our best to fund that every single month because self-care is important, and that's for me to get my hair done and so on and so forth. And, you know, that's something that I've started doing and I'm not going to stop doing, okay? Because I deserve it. Thank you very much. And that's not me being cocky. I'm just being honest. I deserve it. I work a lot and I don't ever treat myself. So, you know, these are my little treats to myself. So on the 28th of October, I need to make sure I'm not saying December or November, I deposited $38.93 as well. So on the 29th of September, I did $38.93. You see our monthly savings is $62.50, but I think that was a bit too high. So I sort of just worked it down to what I could afford. So you'll notice that things differ. This is $60, but I'm paying at least almost £7 extra per month. And this one is $62, but I'm paying like almost just over half of it. And like I said, it's all about tweaking your budget and doing what works for you and your budget. So self-care, we did $38.93. $38.93. Oops, get you guys back in frame. So 38.93 times 2, that's $77.86. We managed to rustle up within 2 months, which is amazing. So I'm happy about that. Clothing, school holidays, as you could see, the months are changing for some of these. School fees, I'm not funding any of these yet. Emergency fund, 3 to 6 months expenses. I've got my car excess on here because this is something that I think everyone needs to start making sure that they have the physical money set aside for, instead of putting it on a credit card or going in your overdraft or using money that you've got for something else. Set a sinking fund aside for that. If I do £25 over 24 months, it'll work out brilliantly, and I'll have my car excess in case any lunatics run into me. So we've got all of these on the front done that we're funding. And then I'm going to flip the page over, and for our home insurance, we've already made a deposit of $31.77. I quoted myself $130 because I'm going to try to pay this on a yearly basis opposed to doing monthly, because I just think yearly saves me the hassle of having to remember and seeing all of those small bits coming out of my account on a monthly basis. It gets very, very annoying. There's no target date. There's no monthly savings. I'm just going to put the amount that I was initially going to pay through my bank's home insurance, which was through the roof, $31.77 a month they were charging me. So thank you for my lovely subscribers based here in the UK who pointed out that my home insurance was too high, and I was able to look into it, get this premium cancelled, and within the cooling off period there, of course, and taking that money and putting it towards getting a yearly one. So yeah, that's what's happening there. So our second deposit was on the 28th of October, and that was also for $31.77. So that gives us $63.54. So if we've got 130 minus 63.54, so we've got 66.46 to come up with. So I think 2 more payments 2 or 3 more payments should be all right. And then what I'll do, I'll keep funding this, but I'll reduce the amount. So I'll reduce it probably down to £10 or something like that, you know, so that when the next renewal comes, I'll be good. So that's what I'm going to be doing, guys. This is very, very amazing. I'm proud of myself. I know it's just small numbers, but I'm super, super proud of myself. And I want to encourage you guys to start your sinking funds if you haven't already. Do what works for you, honestly, and you'll feel so much at peace. You won't be stressed out about where you're going to get money from for upcoming bills or anything of that sort. Trust me, I could attest to this. It works. It's amazing. So this is our sinking funds update for the month of November. We're not doing bad at all. We're right on target for most part, and I'm very thrilled with that. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. For the new subscribers, hello and welcome. And I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. And also comment below. Let me know if you're a sinking funds person. Are you just starting? Are you a veteran? Or, you know, are you on the fence about it? Let me know. Let's have a conversation below in the comment section. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Wanna shake the ground, wanna break away, let loose.